Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So I know it's been almost 2 weeks since my last video, but I've been really busy. I traveled for about a week home to Arizona to see my parents and to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary, and I'm back now in Chicago where it is very cold. And I thought today I would do a sort of year-end wrap-up with the products that I had committed to trying to use up this year. So at the beginning of the year I selected 10 products that I really wanted to focus on using up, and I did a pretty good job with them, so I thought I would share them. I didn't do a good job with all of them, but with some of them I did a really good job, and so I thought I would share them today. So let's just jump in and get started. I have shared a couple of them already with you that I have finished up, so let's start with those. So the first thing I was trying to finish up was a Bobbi Brown Corrector in the color Light Bisque. So one of these little pots. And I used this up early in the year. This is not a favorite for me, but I wanted to use it up, so I did. I think while this covers the circles under my eyes nicely, it tends to crease on me because it's so creamy. So I did not enjoy it, but I did use it up. And for those of you who are using it, who might be experiencing some of the same issues, what I found that worked the best for me was to put an eye primer under it, and then it didn't crease for me. So I was using the NARS Pro Prime Shadow Primer under my eyes just a little bit with this, and that worked really well. And then the other thing that kind of went along with that was I wanted to use up the creamy concealer in the color Pale Yellow, or in Sand, and I did use that up as well. I didn't use up the Pale Yellow powder, and I'm not going to. It's very dry now, and this color really doesn't, it's a little too yellow under my eyes. So all done with those. I used up, and I think I've already talked about these as well, I used up one of the lipsticks that I committed to using up, which was the Estee Lauder Pure Color lipstick in Pinkberry. This was one of my favorite lipsticks actually, so it was very easy to use up. Love this. I actually love this Pure Color Lasting Cream formula. It's really nice. So this is all gone, and I actually even dug it out because I love this color. I have another one of this now because it's one of my favorite pinks to wear. I used up my MAC Lustre in Patisserie. I didn't dig it all the way out, but it's pretty much gone, and I'm going to back to MAC that. I wanted to use up 2 MAC lip glasses, and they were both the same color. I used up one of them. They're in the color Rich and Witty, which is a really nice neutral, sort of a nudie pink color. I believe this to be limited edition, so you can't really get it, but one of them is gone. And then the other one I used a lot, but it's not gone. I would say it's probably at least half gone, and it still smells okay, so I'm going to keep it and use it a little more before I get rid of it. MAC lip glasses can tend to be a little sticky. That doesn't bother me so much, but for those of you who it does bother, I wouldn't pick them up. This color Rich and Witty is a beautiful pink nude. So if you like a nude pink, and it's not shimmery at all, it's just creamy. So there it is, and it's pretty opaque on the lips. I really like it when I'm wearing nude lips. I really like this one. So I'm going to keep the one that's about half gone still. And back to MAC the other one. And then I had a foundation that I wanted to use up, and I did, and it is the Guerlain Lingerie de Peau foundation. I had selected this to use up because I didn't really, it was okay for me. I didn't love it. And then when I picked up the Guerlain Meteorites primer and started wearing it with this, I really enjoyed this foundation. It's not quite the right color for me. It's a little too pink, but I used it up and I really liked it. So I am the color 12, which is one of the lightest shades. But I thought this was a really nice medium coverage foundation. I think that it's SPF 20. I think that It's not my favorite. I had to really buff around where my pores were to use it, but it's a nice foundation, really nice, and I used it up, so I was really happy. I didn't want to waste it because it was very expensive. Then I committed to using up a couple bronzers, which is always hard to do, but I did really, really good with one of them. And so the first one I wanted to use up was my MAC Pro Longwear Bronzing Powder in Sun Dipped. So I started using this every day, and I am, for the most part, done. I mean, it's pretty much gone. What this taught me, first of all, this is a great bronzer. It's a really good color. It's not the lightest color, it's the second one. I think this was a limited edition color. And really early in the year, so I made this commitment last December to start using up these products, and so I started using bronzer every day, even in the winter. And back when I started that, I did not bronze in the winter. And when I started doing it, because I wanted to use up this bronzer, I realized how great it was to have, you know, to warm up my skin every day, even though it wasn't summertime. And I didn't over bronze, but just to warm up my skin because I'm so fair. And so I really enjoyed using it. And again, you know, it's gone. This was really, really shocking to me that I was able to use up this much of the bronzer because it was barely touched when I started. And then the other bronzer that I wanted to use up, I did not get very far on, and that's okay with me because this was another limited edition that I can't get. And it is it's not really a bronzer, but it's the Burberry Sheer Summer Glow from, you know, 2 summers ago basically, and it looks like this. So I've used quite a bit of this, and actually, I don't know if you can tell, like this one's really dipped down, and so is this one. But what I actually like this for is eyeshadow. Like the colors are great on my eyes. You know, like for a soft transition color and for just a little bit of deepness in the outer corner. This is a great everyday eyeshadow palette. So I've been using it a lot for eyeshadow, and I love it. And I'm kind of glad it's not gone because I do enjoy it. And again, it was a limited edition product, so I don't think you can get it anymore. But I did an okay job. I used it often. The one thing, did I get everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the one thing I didn't use, and I talked about this from the very beginning when I started doing my updates, that I didn't like this powder. So I have the Clé de Peau Translucent Loose Powder, which comes in a big tub like this. There's not a lot of powder in it, but and it's just sort of a really light translucent powder. It doesn't it's not white, it doesn't give a white cast or anything like that. It doesn't really set my makeup well. It doesn't hide my pores that well. It didn't do anything fantastic, and so I really stopped using it. And what I said in a couple of my, you can see it's just covered in dust because I don't even pick it up. The best thing about this was the puff that came with it. And I washed this puff and continue to use it because it's fantastic. And I actually think you can buy these separately. But I'm throwing this powder away. I don't like it. It's very expensive. I should have taken it back and I didn't. And I tried to use it and I just didn't like it. So lesson learned on that one. In today's world, I would have taken it back because it was so expensive and it's not very good. So this is going. So those are my 10 products. I think I did a pretty good job getting through them. You know, I worked through the ones I really wanted to work through, and I have a couple left, and that's fine with me, to continue to work through over the next year or so. I will be doing another one of these type of videos closer to the end of the year where I talk about sort of what my thoughts are around makeup in 2014 and that kind of thing, because I've really, really tried to get back to my basics and not purchase too much makeup. I don't know if you've noticed lately, but I haven't had a lot of hauls lately, even with some of the really great stuff that's out there, because I'm really trying to find the products I love and stick with those. So as we get closer to the end of the year, I will make another video about sort of what my makeup goals are for 2014 and if there are any specific products that I want to work my way through in 2014. So that is it for today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.